guys, I wanted to welcome you back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, hello, my name is Emily. Today I will be giving my 100% honest review on Patty Slime Shops. Slime Shop, I don't know why I said shops. Anyway, this is a very highly requested video. I would say out of the most requests I've ever had, I'd say Patty Slimes is definitely the most requested out of them all. And what is really cool about Patty Slimes is their shop is Canadian based, which is where I am from, so that's pretty awesome. But I do want to say that before I get into the review, I'm probably going to talk about it, but I found these prices really, really expensive. And especially being Canadian, I'm really quite shocked about how much I had to pay for these slimes, but I will get into that with a review. And before I start talking about the review, I do want to mention that I will only be posting once every 2 weeks. If you do want more information on that, I do have a post on my community tab that explains why I will be only posting once every 2 weeks. But yeah, further information there. Now, enough blabbering about random stuff, so let's get into the video. But before we do, make sure to join the Mako Frenzy by hitting that subscribe button. Also, comment down below your favorite slime from this video. Also, show me that you like this, but oh my gosh, I can't get it today. I don't know why. But show me that you like this video by hitting that like button. Now you know what time it is.
Welcome to the Shark Tank. Make sure you click that start game button.
Today's shoutouts are Christine and Hello Hi.
If you want to be shouted like this, make sure you subscribe to our channel and hit that subscribe button.
Okay, so let's get into the unboxing. This package took quite a while to dispatch. I would say around 2 weeks, which is quite lengthy. And it took about 2 weeks to arrive to my house, which is also quite lengthy, especially being in Canada to Canada. This package actually came with 2 candies, a care instruction guide, as well as some borax. Every slime came bubble wrapped, nice, safe, and sound. All these containers were slime proof, labels and logos, as well as unbreakable containers, nice and sturdy containers. So I ended up ordering 4 slimes total. I paid around $87 for this package. The 4 slimes that I ordered are Mango Sorbet, Muscat Whip, Ramyun Snack, and New Crunchy Slimes. That's the title of that one. I do want to mention, like I said, the dispatch time was quite lengthy. I wasn't expecting it to be that long. Also, with the price being so expensive, I just honestly expected just faster processing times. I understand everybody has a life, but yeah, it was just quite lengthy for me. The first one we are going to start off with is actually Mango Sherbet. It comes in a beautiful little logo, just simple and elegant on the front of it, as well as her Patty Slimes logo on the top of it. Now, this also came with a big mango charm. It's adorable looking, and it doesn't stick to the slime, which is very nice. This is marked as a 7-ounce slime. It's priced at $14.58. The description on this slime is a fluffy/wet ice texture. I will tell you right now, it is a very wet, icy texture. I am glad that she also listed that on her listing, saying it was wet. That way, you know exactly what you're getting yourself into. So this had a beautiful mango color towards it, had that yellowy kind of orange tinge to it, and it was a beautiful scent. I absolutely think the scents on Patty Slimes are absolutely phenomenal. They're very accurate and a great scent to slime ratio. I could definitely smell these slimes all day. What I do want to mention, though, is that this texture was very wet. Probably the most wettest ice slime I've ever had. I know wettest is not a word, but it's okay. It's in my world. It's a word. This was so wet that it just made the slime feel soggy. I feel like it took away from the slime texture itself, and it had so much more potential, but it being so wet, it just kind of was very off-putting for me. But that is my personal preference because I'm really not into this texture too much. with a wet icy slime texture, what I would want in having that wet ice is very stretchy and sizzly. That's usually what happens is when you add more wetness to the slime, it usually gets more sizzly, puffy, and just like you'll get different perks for having, wetter slime. This one, I don't know what was wrong with it. It just wouldn't stretch. I even added softener to it. When I did that, I just got more fallout, which is not too typical for a wet icy texture. For a dry ice texture, you would get a lot of fallout, but this one, I don't know. It just wouldn't stretch nicely and give the sizzles that I would want. But on the good note, it did give great bubble pops. It smelled absolutely phenomenal. The more I stretched it, the more yellow, lightish tone it turned into. The more I warmed it up and played with it, it would give mini little sizzles. I do think this slime is very expensive for the price of it. I would expect a little more detailed slimes for the price of these. I feel like they're kind of simple, and this one just needs a little more oomph to it. I don't know how to explain that, but that is kind of my feelings on this slime. Other than that, I do think, like I said, she has amazing scents and scent ratio. It's just phenomenally scented. Personally, my preference, I don't really enjoy this texture, especially because it kept ripping on me. The next slime we're going to talk about is Muscat Whip. Now this is a 7-ounce slime plus another ounce, or I think she has it listed as 6.5 ounce and a 1 ounce, but I'm pretty sure it's about a 7 ounce. Priced at $15. Now this is listed for a texture as a super fluffy base plus bouncy clear syrup. And it came with like a little, I think they were supposed to be like cranberries, or I don't even know. I have no idea. I'm probably getting that so wrong. But foliage to put on the top of it and make it look super cute. I know on her listing it said packaged with a grape squishy charm and a leaf, but I think I got these cranberries instead, which is okay. Anyway, this 1 ounce of this green clear base slime was amazing because, first of all, it wasn't melted. I noticed a lot of shops, once they give this 1 ounce of base, they're always melted for me all the time. This wasn't. And the jelly cubes that were in here actually did not squish at all, and I believe she promotes that there's a special kind of jelly cube, so you can have that added texture. So it was a very light green on the top of it, and had a whole bunch of iridescent glitters on it, and it made it very pop and pow. I don't even know how to explain it. It was very, very beautiful and aesthetically pleasing. The scent of this is actually listed as aloe juice, and all I could smell was literally the white grape scent, and I know it's very popular with Momo Slime Shop has a really amazing scent, and I find this is like very similar to that, and I absolutely love the scent. Like I said, her scents are phenomenal. They smell so delicious and so good. I am so happy with the outcome of this scent. From watching her Instagram videos that she had based on this slime, I was really expecting some very fluffy texture, so when you inflated it, it would get very fluffy and puffy and just you could squish your hands down in it. What I noticed is no matter how much I stretched or I even heated the slime up to see if I could get it, because softener wasn't doing anything to it. And I was trying to see if I could get it to stretch more, because every time I would just stretch faster or I had to stretch really slow to not get it to rip. Anytime I tried to stretch it fast, it just ripped, and it got kind of frustrating. Because with this kind of texture, you wouldn't expect it to rip all the time, especially with the kind of texture it is. It is a very chewy texture, so you expect it to be easily able to stretch, but mine was not this way. Even after adding softener and all that and warming it up, I was able to stretch it quite a bit. I think the problem was, I'm not sure if this is the typical glue that everybody uses, because the glue base just felt so different, and I'm pretty sure that is why, but I could be completely wrong. I'm not 100% sure. I do know that I had such difficulties stretching the slime. when I was able to slow stretch and get it to have bubble pops, those bubble pops were amazing and it was a great clicky slime. Also, if you did do a slow stretch, it would be nice and chewy and thick, and the scent is phenomenal on this slime. I do want to mention, like I said in the last slime, that I do think this slime is very pricey for what you're getting. I believe that there should just be a little more something into this so it can justify the price of these slimes. It was a great scent and it was so nice to have on the table for the side of whatever you're doing because it doesn't stick whatsoever, which is a very huge perk for me. Okay, so this next one is Ramyun Snack, which is a 7-ounce slime priced at $17.73. Now, this is a crispy, lightweight, clear snow fizz with small amounts of clay. So this is supposed to be like a DIY clay slime, but really small clay pieces. This came with a really cool mix that is supposed to be shrimp fimos, fake parsley, and chili flakes. Also, I noticed the little sushi rolls in this too. This one, I decided to just put clay pieces on the top before playing with the base because I knew they weren't going to affect the base texture because they were so small as it was that it wouldn't affect it. So what I did was sprinkle the mix on the top, and these little clay pieces were very detailed. They look like little Ramyun snacks, exactly like the listing says. They were all saran wrapped, so none of them were dry. Squishing them into the snow fizz base was very easy. It took no effort, and as I said, I don't think it changed the base of the slime whatsoever just because of the size of them. So this slime is actually scented with sweet corn, which is amazing. It's a great savory scent, especially for someone that is looking to start into savory slimes. This one was not off-putting at all or too much. Like I said, I am super impressed with Patty Slime's scents. They are phenomenal, and this was I could play with this all the time and never get sick. I notice with some savory slimes, the more I play with them, the more I'll be like, I can't do this. It's just too much for me right now, and this one I've never had that problem with. I do want to mention that this slime is definitely packed with plastic snow. I'm pretty sure you couldn't fit any more snow fizz into this because I probably won't even hold it anymore. This slime is a kind of a new trend that's going on. A lot of shops are doing this more frequently, is packing their snow fizzes to fully packed, which is an amazing idea. But I do recommend them for more advanced slimers because they do take more care and love and patience. Meaning when you start off with them, they are going to rip off the start and not stretch at all because they need that warmth from your hands to be able to stick together. I just find that they're a little harder to activate because it's hard to tell when you have to activate or soften the slime. So because of this, off the start of it, like I said, you just had to give it a little bit of love to be able to stretch. And once it got warm, I just did notice that I did have more ripping issues. Obviously, the more I played with it, the more put together it would be, but it took a while to be able to stick together. I still kind of had issues with ripping. I just think it was a little too packed. I do enjoy this one a lot just because it has more to it. I feel like this one had more detail, more, beautifulness. It still doesn't justify the price for me. I feel like the price is still way too expensive for this type of slime. I feel like this should be the price of the other two slimes, but that is my personal opinion. Like I said, I really did enjoy the scent and the crunches the slime gave. It was incredible. You could just put it on the table and squish your hands in it and it would just give crunches right off the start. I did find this slime very satisfying, and even though it came with an extra container, I didn't need to use it at all. After getting it squishy and inflatable, it would go back to its original size right away, and because the clay pieces were really small, it was able to fit back into its container. Last but not least for today's video is actually shell blocks. This is the crunchy slimes I was talking at the very beginning unboxing. Now, I got 3 choices and I decided to choose the shell blocks just because I love the blue and the white look. So this is listed as a 4.5 ounce slime, priced at $11.70, which is, let me mention, an average shop's 6 ounce slime price. So I'm just saying, this is listed as aqua flat round beads plus 6mm white block beads plus 2 different kinds of shell beads and shell phemos. And the scent is also listed as watermelon. Now, I believe Patty Slimes is known for her Crunch Bomb slimes. And I had to get one of these for sure. I will say aesthetically, this is absolutely phenomenal. It looks gorgeous. I love all the beads to it, the sparkles, the glitter, and there is even the little shell phemo slices, which is just adorable. I will mention that once I did open this, I could smell the sweetness. I couldn't really defer if it was watermelon or not. I could smell that. It smelled sweet, but the more I played with it, I think the blocks kind of changed the way the scent was, just because then I started to smell more of a plasticky sweetness. So instead of just smelling the sweetness, I think the blocks and the block beads just kind of changed it a little bit, especially for it being so small. Unlike all the rest of the containers, every other container was filled to the top. Now this one was filled less than normal, but that is okay with me. I found this slime with having those little block beads didn't even hurt my hands. So if you are definitely looking into getting into crunchy slimes, this one is a great one to try because I found that it wasn't hard on my hands whatsoever. So somebody with sensitive hands probably wouldn't have an issue with this. And honestly, once you stretch it too, it gave amazing crunches and pops. I love this one a lot. It was very satisfying. Every time you'd stretch it and squish it, it gave just different sounds every time. This one also, unlike the others, did have no problem stretching. This one didn't rip at all. It just gave great bubble pops. I will say all these slimes were not sticky and I didn't have any sticky issues, so that was phenomenal. Mako's picks. Number 4, Mango Sherbet. Number 3, Muscat Whip. Number 2, Ramyun Snack. Number 1, Shell Blocks. Overall, I did enjoy these slime textures. I think there was a little bit to work on. My biggest problem with this shop is the pricing. I just feel like you should get more for the pricing, and I don't know, this is probably the most expensive shop I've ever purchased from, and I found a lot of the slimes were quite simple and just needed more to them to justify that pricing. I do think the scents on Patty Slimes were phenomenal and very accurate and such a good ratio. I will have Patty Slime shop linked down below. Make sure to check them out. But before you do, make sure to join the Mako Frenzy by hitting that subscribe button and comment down below of what you thought about this review and your favorite slime from this review. Also, show me that you like this video by hitting that like button. Now, I'll see you guys next time.